Hi everyone, happy Sunday. It's Mary Jo from Made in Heaven Tarot for you. I'm here to do the reading for the week of Monday, October 5th through Sunday the 11th. I hope you're having a great weekend. We're going to cover the theme, challenge and advice and resolve for the week. I'll be doing a monthly reading as I do during the new moon cycle, and this way we'll get out of the whole Libra and Mercury retrograde and into what Scorpio has for us. But right now we have with the theme for the week, we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, so the Ace is the one. This is new beginnings for us. Now Mercury is still in retrograde until the 9th, and we'll probably feel a shadow effect of it till probably the 11th or 12th. So if any of you have started something since before the retrograde that began on September 17th, and you're coming to close on contracts or anything that you have to do with communications that you had started, with talking about negotiations, whether it's with a partnership, a family member, a friend, the guys you hang out with, whatever you had started, if you had something that you're looking to start new, you're good in the retrograde. If you can wait a few more days, great. But otherwise, if not, it's saying wait till after the retrograde for Mercury and Libra before you go ahead and sign any of those things. Go forward with any of the things you've been talking about, planning, emailing, texting people back and forth with, even by mail. If you have any communications that you had started, it's coming to the end. And you figure this reading is covering till the 11th, so the retrograde will be over the 9th. So if you could just wait a day or two after that before you go forward with it, so that you cut through all the things that you know about. Because you see with the clouds around the sword, to me that's saying there is still things that are unclear to you. Maybe you've been negotiating, been talking about it, but you still don't have everything straightened out yet. So before you sign on the dotted line or forge ahead, kind of dot your I's and cross your T's. Check everything first and make sure before you go forward. So this is the time with the sword. It's a time of victory for you. It's a time of success. It's new beginnings in the way you communicate, the way you get your point across. This is great for people that are in IT, communications, people work with computers or do any communicating in sales, the way you talk to your family and your friends, the way you're talking to your partners, the people you work with. It's a time of victory. It's a time of clearing the air, cutting through all that bullshit that you've been just letting linger and linger, and maybe the things you didn't want to deal with. The retrograde now is trying to bring to a head. We're talking in this time of Libra. Okay, that air sign is Libra wants to bring balance, partnership, harmony, the we factor of it, because their motto is I balance. They are the we are. I balance. So you want to bring balance into your life and your situation, the way you talk things through, the way you communicate, the way you present yourself, the way people see you. So for this week, it looks like there will be a clearing of the air. And for those of you who have not been listening to all the judgment warnings in the last few weeks in our readings, it's kind of like this is the hands of God interventions coming, that this is going to be cleared. Whether you really worked on it or not, it will be clearing up for you. Our challenge for the week, again, we have the Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands is Saturn in Sagittarius, and we are in Saturn in Sagittarius till December of 2017. Saturn is our teacher, remember? Those rings that restrict us, the boundaries, the limitations, because it forces us to learn lessons. Saturn wants us to have everything, but they want us to work for it. If somebody bought you a new car, bought you a new house, gave you everything your whole life, yeah, it'd be great. But what have you learned about manifesting these things yourself, but working at it, or going out and working for it to get it? All right. So this card is talking about the burdens we take on, the things we take on. Like last week I had said with that Elvis Costello song, it was a fine idea at the time, and then it was a brilliant mistake. So what have we been taking on in our lives in the last few weeks or few months that's been draining our energy? The wands are our fire sign. That's our energy. Okay, that's our inspiration. That is our drive. That is our creativity. That is our productivity. It is all that action of fire within us, the passion that we have. Now with the 10, it is talking about transcending. Okay, starting something, a new phase is going into your life. And now it's Saturn in Sagittarius. Okay, and we're talking about these challenges. What have we learned? All right, Sagittarius is that great benefic. They want us to have everything. They want to expand everything in their lives in the best way for abundance. But Saturn is the one that wants you to earn it, to appreciate it. Okay, so with this challenge this week, we are in Libra still. We are in the balance. What do we need to balance in our lives with our energy level, okay, so that we don't take on too much of a burden, but we do things to take an active part in our lives to get results. You know, if you're not exercising, start exercising gently, easily. If you've got some things to finish up in the yard before the winter comes, it's time for you to do that, but in balance and energy. It's not like saying going out there being that weekend warrior pulling a hamstring, now you have to go to work Monday. It's talking about finding the balance with our energy and also with our thoughts and our words and our communications. Balance everything. Saturn is that teacher that's teaching us how to communicate, how to speak up for ourselves, how to defend ourselves, how to speak more candidly, but how to be just in the way we speak, about the facts and logic, not about a heated emotion, anger. Okay, it's telling us to talk and clear the air, to be harmonious, compromise. This card is saying it's time for us to lighten the load, keep our energy level at an even balance. Okay, with the 10, like I said, it is a transcendent number. It's saying something is ending in our lives. So this is the challenge for you to start to think about, how am I going to balance the activities in my life? How am I going to work the mundane things that I have to do every day, like get up, go to work, or get up, go to school, or get up, take care of the family, or get up and take care of me, plus whatever it is that you're looking to do that's something that's exciting, something that's new. You know, maybe you want to take a course in astrology, or maybe you want to learn how to play an instrument. You know, and you're trying to figure out, okay, I want to do these things, okay? These are things that'll help expand me as a person, as a whole. But I want to balance my energy so that I can work on the mundane things in my life that's going on, that I have a responsibility to, you know, with like that Saturn energy. And yet Jupiter says, yeah, but we want you to have fun and we want to have a good time. So how can I balance all these things in my life without taking on too much of a burden? But keeping my energy in good spirits, also that I have something I'm passionate about. So that's not dull, humdrum, you know, the little hamster on the wheel in my life, and that I'm doing something productive and that I enjoy. Okay, now the Page of Pentacles is our advice. Now we know that the pages are messengers, and in astrology they are a personification of the energy that they represent. So this little page here represents and personifies the energy of Earth for the Pentacles. So let's look at it in an advice. We're looking at balancing things in our lives. We're looking at Saturn and Sag. We're looking at clearing the air. So the advice, that newness, that childlike feeling that you're working at something that you love. You see how the child is holding the pentacle lovingly? The child's all in green, so we could say green represents that fertility, fertile ground, things that grow, life. All right, we have the beautiful peacock there. That's of riches, manifesting. Because this page's element of earth are things in this world, in the material world. With me, I see the pages as students that love to learn. So if you are a student, the advice is, if you're not working on your schooling as much, or if you're not enjoying it, or you took on too much of that burden, you need to find that balance there and to start working at this project in a way that you feel passionate about it again, so it's not as boring or mundane. Loving what you're doing and learning from it. If it's in a relationship with somebody, whether it's family, friends, partners at work, co-workers, let's put it in a general reading perspective, it's saying you need to work at this. Okay, this is the advice they're giving you. Maybe be a little bit more open to it. Like, when you were a child, you wanted to make friends with everybody. You worked at it in the schoolyard or in recess, in your class. You wanted to have friends. You wanted that grounding stability of partnership. And we are, again, in Libra. It's about the we balance, I balance. We are a community. We are a global nation. We are a world. We are a workplace. Sometimes you spend more time with the people you work with than you do with your own loved ones and family members. So it's saying here the advice is you need to work on it more innocent or childlike way, keeping your grounding stability, keeping any of those hot-headed thoughts or mean words in check. Ground yourself. You could take your shoes off barefoot. You take all that negative energy. It drains from your body back into the earth, and the earth takes it, transmutes that energy that's negative into something beautiful and positive. All right, so maybe you could do that. Keep saying, I am grounded to Gaia. I am grounded to Mother Earth. Imagine the energy flowing from you, all that negativity. Take 3 deep cleansing breaths and let all that energy flow out of you into the ground. Like I've said, take a salt bath every week if you can. Just throw some Epsom salt or sea salts. Soak for 20 minutes and imagine when you open the drain plug, all that negativity and all the toxics in your body going down the drain. It's the same thing here. So the page's message for you is, and the advice for the week, is to ground yourself, to be a more fertile surrounding for yourself and your partnership and yourself. Work a little harder at the things that you're doing that will help your relationships do better. Okay, so if it's you, you've got to check yourself. We all have that ego. Okay, that little voice, that annoying little thing I told you, just flick it off your shoulder. Get rid of it. It's not serving your purpose. It's the instigator, the antagonist. It's the protest. It gets in your ear and tells you you're not this, you're not that, or they're not this, they're not that. You start saying all these, yeah, you're right, and you're agreeing with this voice in your head that isn't the best you, because you know that you want to be the best you. When you do something nice and say something nice, you feel good about it. All right, so it's time to work at that. Ground yourself better. Work harder at keeping things around you energized without taking on too much. Passionate about what you're doing. Keeping your thoughts clear, your words clean, logical, without heated emotion, and stay grounded and positive. Because we have right here 3 of the 4 elements, okay? And then, in the resolve, interesting, we have here the 5 of Swords. Now, the 5 of Swords, we talk about these 5s keep coming up, with this energy of the 5. The 5 is a very dynamic single digit. The 5 has energy that wants to go somewhere. It's not fully developed yet, okay? It needs to express itself. Now, with this card, and we're in the resolve or the outcome here, it's saying at the end of the week, all right, because this one feels like you're pretty much tied into this week. The others have looked at something that kept going on and on and on for a long period. The 5 of Swords, as you see, this person looks victorious as they hold up all the swords they've taken from everyone. But look what's around them, the sadness, the carnage, the collateral damage. Be careful, okay? Because at the end of the day, the end of the week, what have you said? What have you done? Or what have others said or done to you that's caused some damage here? Our words are very strong. Sure, when they're in our head rolling around, but we don't say them and act on them. We kind of keep that creative fantasy in check. But once we release the thought through that almighty mouth and put it into the ethers, that energy is back behind it. We have created something, So watch what you're creating here. Is the ego getting in the way of the true you? Yes, we want to clear the air. But watch as you say the things you say and do the things you do, how it will affect the people around you. How it will affect your own life. I mean, karma, come on, man. Everything you put forth to the universe reverberates back to you. What you put forth in negativity comes back to you 3 times. What you put forth in positivity comes back to you tenfold. Because at the end of the day, what have you won? What have you lost? With what you have said or done. or the person who said it or did it to you. If this is being done to you, because this card many times does resonate to a theft or someone hurting you or taking something from you, and it could even be your pride, could be your reputation, could be something tangible, material, could be your energy. They suck the life out of you. But everyone around sees this person for what they are. So you don't need to go out and act on that, okay? Let karma take care of that. You walk your own path. And you know that the universe shall reward you. Things are unfolding as they should in the universe right now. Yes, we need you to kind of weave and bob through what's going on in those negative aspects, or ride the wave of these positive, wonderful things. So this card is saying, keep an eye out, because this person, if it's someone doing it to you, they're doing this out in the open. Everybody sees it. They don't even have remorse, because sometimes people don't even realize they're being an ass. I mean, we've all done it. We're cranky, we're tired, we don't feel good, we're in pain, or it's just we're miserable people sometimes. Everybody could see it, and we don't really intentionally do it, though there are spiteful and vindictive persons out there, but like I said, everybody is going to see this person for who they are. All right. And since they have no remorse, just send out light and love to this person on their way. But if this is us, that it's representing you, me, it's saying to be careful, because what really are you winning? What are you doing by saying these mean things about people? Putting out negativity. Because you're attracting it back to yourself. So think about that. Be careful how you speak. All this pent-up energy with this 5, and with this Libra's are great chatters. Most of the air signs are, Gemini, Aquarians too. But they love to talk. Okay, be a little gossipy. All right? So if we're doing that, check yourself with this stuff, because you are hurting others around you. And that is not positive, but you are hurting yourself. There are times when people say mean things to you, and you want to say something, but you don't get it out, or you just think, and you just hold it in. That's like the best, because it blows up on that situation without any of your adding gasoline to the fire, causing combustion. That's good, because you sit back and you go, oh my God, thank God I kept my mouth shut. You know what I mean? There are other times, yes, you need to stand up for yourself. But in this position with what's going on here, we're saying we need to just watch what we say and what we're creating mentally, putting out there. And also to protect ourselves from people that are mean and saying hurtful or suspicious things or doubtful things or gossiping things. It would be a good thing for you to just step away from those people, because you don't want to be that person in the background, the collateral damage. They've got nothing. They're left there. You see them. They're on their knees. This knight is distraught. He's defeated. The one in the forefront, he's got the victor has all the spoils. Yeah, but were you a bully in this action? There isn't any state of integrity or grace here. We see the tumultuous sky as well. This week is a different change of feeling here, I have to say, from the last 4 weeks readings that we've had, even with the moon readings. This one is tying into very real things that are going on in our life, that everyday mundane thing. It's not just a huge picture. It's really zoning in. So try and keep that in your mind. All right, keeping your thoughts clear. Clear the air from all negativity, words, things. Talk things through. Compromise. Come through a balance with the way you're talking to people in your life and communicate things for yourself, to stand up for yourself, but do it with dignity and tactfulness. And here too, this is the new beginning of letting go of the imbalance in our energy and in our lives, trying to find passion, finding that spark again, starting something new and interesting, working at it with love, okay? Putting some responsible dedication into the things that we're taking on for ourselves and what we're doing in our lives every day. Whether it's school, relationships, your job, learning something new. Your finances too, okay? If that's something that you need to be working on, that you're spending too much, keep it in check. Think of how hard you're working for the money you earned. Be grateful for the money you have, even if it's not enough, really. Just keep saying, oh, I thank God for this job. I'm so grateful for this job because it affords me to pay the things that I have. Even if it isn't really enough, keep saying that and just say, what blessings are coming me today, God? Thank you, God. And you'll see things will start to come through for you. And then here again, remember in the outcome, check yourself before you wreck yourself, as they say. Be careful as to what you're saying out to other people in tones of gossip or meanness or sarcasm, because you're just going to look like a bully. And if it is others that are doing this to you, you're saying the outcome is make a stand for yourself tactfully without being offensive. And others will see it for what it is. The situation will rectify, because that 5 energy has to go somewhere. And we need to bring it into that 6 balance. 6 is the number of Venus. It's that balance number. Like I said, the 6, the way it's shaped, you know, you have this womb feeling, that safety inside. And that is the number of Venus. Venus rules Libra. We are in the Libra cycle right now. And with the retrograde still on until the 9th, we have things to settle up, talk about, clear the air before we go into the next cycle of Scorpio, which is our life, death, transformation, regeneration, all the mysteries. I hope this reading helps you. Thank you for subscribing, and if you liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe. If you want to share the videos on Facebook, the people who are, I appreciate it. Please get them to come on to YouTube and subscribe for me. And I could do personal readings if you're interested in that as well. I hope you have a wonderful week. And as always, I wish you the best. Have a great week. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.